Hi guys, so thanks for tuning into my video today, and we are going to talk about the entertainment visa here in Korea, the E61 visa. Now, in terms of the E6 visa, it is designed for the purpose of entertainment, so acting, modeling, ballet, photography, sports, and it is also possible for influencers as well, but you do just need to make sure that you have a agency that can sponsor the E6 visa for the influencer purpose. Now, recently, the E6 visa has become a lot harder to obtain. Requirements have gone up since the martial law declaration back in December 2024. I've actually had a E6 visa now. This will be my fourth year. I've recently extended with a new agency a couple of months ago. You need to design what's called a com card. Now, a com card typically has around 5 or 6 photos of yourself, so maybe full length or portrait photos, alongside your social media contacts, your measurements, so height, weight, shoe size, and also any skills that you have. So maybe you do ballet, or you're a singer, or you can do horse riding. Those skills are also very important as well. Because depending on the job, they might come up for different job opportunities later down the line. And also any language requirements as well. Now, in terms of what you need to do, so you have the com card, then you need to reach out and send that com card to a different. Then you need to send the com card to a bunch of agencies. Now, it is easier said than done. When I reached out, first of all, maybe about 4 years ago, I probably wrote to around 50 or 60 agencies, and I only heard back from about 4. Now, that doesn't mean to say you're not good at what you do, but it's about being confident and having a strong portfolio. Now, in terms of the agency, each agency specializes or offers perhaps something slightly different. Do not go in thinking that the agency will find you work all the time, pay your rent, and things like that, because it's not true. Although some agencies do find work occasionally, it is more of a freelance visa. So you are looking out for yourself, applying for jobs all the time. So having a strong network connection, which you can build up over time, is also important. Now, please make sure when you reach out to agencies that you are clear with what you're asking. Don't just say, "Hi, do you sponsor a visa?" because they're probably going to get put off. You need to do your research on that agency, maybe ask them some questions about what they can do to support you, what you can bring to their agency, and things like that, and start the ball rolling. Now, once you've signed your contract with an agency, and you've got a strong portfolio, ideally from your home country. And what I've heard now is that the immigration are looking for models, actors with a lot of experience in their home country as well before applying, is to then make sure you are not in Korea at that time, and then your agency can send off all of your details as a package to the Ministry Culture, Sports and Tourism to get the very important recommendation letter. And now that recommendation letter basically means that the Ministry of Culture here in Korea verify that they can see you working in the entertainment industry here, and they support your work application. And I really think once you have that letter, the rest of the visa is okay. Without the recommendation letter, then there's no visa. Now, once you've got the recommendation letter, the agency will send all your details to immigration, and you will then need to wait for what's called a visa reference number. Now, I've been lucky with mine. Mine's taken around 2 weeks or 3 weeks every time, but for some people I've heard it has been taking a couple of months. Now, do keep on to your agency and find out if there's any updates. Of course, you don't want it rejected. If it is rejected, then you'll need to wait, I think, at least 3 months before you can apply again. Now, assuming all goes well and you get your visa reference number, then you can come into Korea. Then you can come to Korea and start working as an actor, model, influencer, and so on. Do make sure that when you agree a contract with an agency that you agree a good rate. Some of the agencies will try and take a high rate. The max they can take is 30%. But yeah, try and negotiate a rate. And again, it depends what experience you've got as well as to how much they'll be looking to take. Do not also have in mind that every day is going to be busy, you're going to be full with a schedule, because it doesn't work like that. Most of the time, it's okay to find jobs. And there are high months where you'll be having lots of work, maybe 1 or 2 jobs a day or every other day. But there's also low points in the year around January, around August, and again around December, where it sort of falls flat and there's not much work at all. So do make sure you have a strong amount of savings before you come as well, to support yourself. Now, most of the jobs as well are in Seoul or on the outskirts of Seoul. So if they are, then most of the time transport is provided by the agency or by the production company from Seoul. So if you're like me, I live in a different city, but I still worked it out to be financially okay to travel to Seoul each time I have a shoot and stay for a while, as opposed to living in Seoul. But as I say, make connections. For me, it took a good year to really have a strong connection base. So it's more about finding myself, getting my name out there and everything as well. But do reach out to agencies, production companies, and know your value as well. Sometimes you'll see a job, maybe 12 or 18-hour shoot for around 100 or 200,000 won. Of course, from time to time, you might need to take those jobs, and they're also good to do if you don't have any work, but know your value, because if a lot of people keep taking these jobs, then the companies think, it's okay, more people will do this job for a low payment, and then the payment won't go up. And of course you want that payment to go up, especially if it has something like global usage, or the buyout option isn't very good. Now, a C4 visa is a short-term entertainment work visa, typically for around 90 days, and it's given more these days since the martial law fiasco, but it basically means that an agency will sponsor you to work. The immigration authorities will offer it for about 90 days. Usually it's for those that don't have much experience, but they want to gain more experience here. So it goes to show, like, this person can find work in Korea in the entertainment industry, and they are extendable, but it's not something that I would extend too much, because you do really at the end want that E6 visa, which is valid for 1 year on average. It can be for 2 years, I've heard, but most of the time it's given for around 12 or 13 months, and then you can extend each year after. So the C4 visa is more for beginners, the E6 visa is for those with a lot of experience. So make sure you have a strong portfolio before applying, because I will be honest, it's not an easy field to work in. It's great because it's freelance and you can plan your own schedule, work as much or as little as you want. Every day is different, but it's not stable, and you still have to pay the mandatory medical, mandatory pension. So do just make sure that you have enough savings before, or you have money coming in from another country or something like that into your bank or a support network as well. If you do have any questions, then please leave a comment below or reach out on one of my social medias, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching.